squaring off with Zach Cuthbertson for the opening tip. The basketball is up in the air, and the tip controlled by Coastal Carolina. We're underway. The Sun Belt Conference home opener for ULM. Shaw will get it to Labinowitz. Labinowitz will dump it off to A.J. Sanders, moves it over to the left side, dumps it off to Zach Cuthbertson, over to Labinowitz. Labinowitz moves it over to the right side, back to Shaw. Shaw dribbles up with his left hand, whips it over right side. Cuthbertson fire up a high arcing three, no good. Jordan Harris will sky for the rebound for the Warhawks, up to Ertl. Now back to Harris. Michael Ertl back in the starting lineup. Jordan Harris will run the point, at least to start the ball game. Over to Ertl. Ertl whip a pass to Munnings. Now left wing to Harris. Harris will bounce it inside to Roger Taylor. Taylor whips a pass, stolen away by Labinowitz. Labinowitz pushes the tempo up floor, drives to the bucket, off the window, no good. Taylor with the rebound. He'll clear it to McDaniel, up floor to Munnings. Munnings will push the tempo, drives to the bucket, off the window, good with the right hand. 2-0. Warhawks on top, 19 minutes to play first half. Labinowitz on the right wing, he carried the basketball, turns it over. Artur Labinowitz will turn it over back to ULM. Coastal Carolina made a deep run in the postseason last year as well, making it to the championship series of the College Basketball Invitational. Some of their young players got some pretty significant experience. Munnings to the bucket, drives, misses the layup. Rebounded by Jalen Shaw. He'll push the tempo up floor to Sanders. Now to Labinowitz. He stepped on the near sideline out of bounds and turns it over. His back-to-back turnovers and a substitution. Christian Adams will come in for Coastal Carolina. Artur Labinowitz will take a seat. Made it to the finals of the College Basketball Invitational. Ertl will fire up a three, won't go down. And Demario Beck will come up with the rebound. Warhawks lead 2-0. 18-15 to play first half. Adams with the basketball, dribbles with the left hand. He's cut off. Will bounce it out to Beck. High arcing three, no good. And rebound tracked down by Cuthbertson for Coastal Carolina. Reset for the Chanticleers. Now Shaw with it, crosses over to the right side. One-handed pass. Now they'll go inside to Cuthbertson. He looks to go to work on Taylor. Now stops his dribble, needs some help. Whips a pass across, stolen away by McDaniel. He'll bring it all the way up. Sam Mack waiting for his teammates. One-handed pass over to Harris. 17:40 to play first half. ULM on top 2-0. Harris crosses over and he carries. Very rare do you see two carries called, much less in a basketball game, but within the first 2 minutes and 23 seconds, well, we've seen it here tonight. Jalen Shaw in the front court for the Chanticleers to Christian Adams. Adams into the corner to A.J. Sanders. Sanders drives, jumps up in the paint, and he walks. Traveling violation. A lot of turnovers here in the early minutes between these two teams. That is now 6 combined turnovers between the two squads. Harris walks into the front court. Moves it over to the right side. Gets it to Ertl. Adams all over him. Ertl moves it over to the left, looks to drive, almost loses it. Now gets to Taylor, right back to Ertl. Ertl will pull up from 15. Got it. 4-0. Warhawks on top as we hit the 17-minute mark of the first half. Jalen Shaw calls out the set as he crosses into the front court. One-handed pass, right side to Sanders. Sanders whips it across to Adams. We'll get it back to Shaw. Pumps on a three. Now looks to go to work. Whips it over. And a three ball up. It's short. And Taylor tips it over to Ertl. Mike brings it up over to Harris. Pumps on a three. Goes behind his back. Drives. Kicks over to Ertl. Wide open three. Rims out. Rebound. Tip back. No good. And we got a push off and a foul. It'll be on Roderick Taylor. And that'll be his first and the team's first. 16:32 remaining first half. Jalen Shaw will walk it up floor. Shaw will get it to Christian Adams. Adams being defended by Ertl. Right back to Shaw. Shaw now whips it across to Sanders at the top. Over to Adams. Adams looking to go down low. 8 seconds on the shot clock to Cuthbertson. Working on Munnings, backing his way in. Whips into the corner, and a 3-ball up and good by A.J. Sanders, a 36% three-point shooter. Under 16 minutes to play first half. 4-3, Warhawks on top, and now the basketball knocked out of bounds by Coastal. It'll take us to the media timeout. 15:55 to play first half. It's ULM 4, Coastal Carolina 3. Live from the Johnny's Pizza House courtside broadcast. You're listening to the Warhawk Radio Network from Learfield.
Coca-Cola, enhance your game day experience.
This evening to lead ULM. Sam McDaniel will inbound to Jordan Harris. Baseline jumper rims out, and it's rebounded by A.J. Sanders for the Chanticleers. Coastal 1 for 5 to start this ball game. ULM 2 for 5 to start. Now we got another carry. Wow, I have never seen that, at least in recent history. That's 3 carries now. We're not even 5 minutes in. So, you know you're going to call that, so adjust. Sam McDaniel inside, takes a dribble, has it stolen away by Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson will drive to the bucket, shot up no good, but he is fouled. And they're going to call the foul on Michael Ertl.
His first foul, second foul.
Ertl picks up his first, team second. Zach Cuthbertson, a 77% free throw shooter, will go to the line for 2. First one rims out. Artur Lubinowitz will check back in. And also Travion Brown, 6'2 freshman from Tacoma, Washington, will check into the game. Cuthbertson ready for his second free throw. It's good. We got a tie ball game at 4. And a quick sub coming in.
Entering for the Chanticleers, number 15,
Amadou Bamba, 6'8 sophomore from Toronto, Canada, will quickly sub in for the Chanticleers. Ertl on the left wing to McDaniel. Pumps on a 3 now. Fires up the 3. Yes! Couldn't believe he was that wide open, and he made the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers pay. 7-2 Warhawks. 15 minutes to play first half. Adams with it. He'll bounce to the top to Bamba. Now to Lubinowitz. Takes one dribble with the left hand. He'll bounce it to Adams. Defended by Ertl. Spins over to the left. Whips it over to Brown. He'll fire up a 3. Back iron. Rebounded by Ertl. Up floor to McDaniel. He'll fire up another 3. Got another one. Back-to-back 3s by Sam Mack. And the Warhawks lead by 6. 14:37 to play first half. Brown in the front court for the Chanticleers. Defended by Harris. Brown to Lubinowitz. Lubinowitz pumps at the free throw line, goes down low to Bamba. Bamba out to Adams. Now off his fingertips, Lubinowitz tracks it down. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He'll fire up a long-range 3. Couldn't go, back iron. Ertl skies for his third board. Up floor to Munnings. He'll hand it off to Harris. Crosses over, bounces it inside to Taylor. Back to the basket, back to Harris. Pumps on a 3. Now goes inside over to Ertl. Left-handed 3. Won't go. Rebound knocked over to Adams. He'll clear it to Brown. Brown, long pass up floor, and it is out of bounds off of the fingertips. Off of Demario Beck. 13:50 remaining first half. Warhawks lead 10-4. Harris brings it up floor. Across the logo to the left. Now over to Munnings. Munnings to the left wing to Ertl. Ertl across the top to McDaniel. Now to Munnings. Takes a dribble. Steps up for the long 2. Yes! 12-4 Warhawks. 13:30 to play first half. Travion Brown brings it up for the Chanticleers. A couple of subs head to the scorer's table for the Warhawks as Beck with it. Beck dumps it off to Bamba at the top. Now hands it back off to Brown. Brown over to Adams on the left side. Crosses over. Now is cut off and stolen away by Munnings. Munnings up floor to Harris to the bucket, and he'll lay it in with the right hand. 13 minutes to play first half. Warhawks out to a 10-point lead, 14-4. Brown moves over to the left side, crosses back across the logo to the right. Harris defending. Back over to the left. One-handed pass to Adams. Adams looking to drive. Spins in the paint and took an extra step and travel. Warhawks locking down defensively with 12:43 to play in the first half as they force the 8th Coastal Carolina turnover of the night. Matt Lindsay will check in for the Chanticleers. Jalen Shaw back in, and also Zach Cuthbertson back in as well. And in for the Warhawks, Kier Dang and Marvin Jean-Pierre in for the first time. Jordan Harris will bring it up. 12:40 remaining, first half. ULM on top, 14-4. Travis Munnings, right wing. Now to the top to Dang. He'll hand it off to Harris. Now to McDaniel. Fumbled the basketball, regained it. Spins over to the right. Crosses back over to the left. We'll get it to Harris. Harris backing it up near the half-court stripe. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Spins over to the left. Now we'll fire up the three. Got it! Another three ball for the Warhawks. 13-point lead. 17-4. 12:10 to play first half. Jalen Shaw will bring it up. Shaw moves it over to the right side. He'll bounce it to Cuthbertson. Dumps it down low to Labinowitz. Back to the basket. Working on McDaniel. Loses the ball. Regains it. Puts up the floater. Won't go. Munning skies for the board. He'll get it up floor to Harris. Up to MJP. Back to Harris. And Jordan will back it up near the half-court stripe. Under 12 minutes to play in the first half. Warhawks lead by 13. Now Munnings between the rings. Back to Jordan Harris. Takes a few dribbles over to McDaniel. Top of the key, three. Back iron, no good. Shaw will get the rebound as Munnings hit the deck. Shaw will bring it all the way up. Drives. Now kicks it over. Lindsay for three. Won't go. And Jean-Pierre skies for the rebound, and there was a foul. And it's going to go against Coastal Carolina. And it'll be on Amadou Bamba. That'll be his first. And the team's first. And we'll go to the media timeout. 11:23 to play first half. It's ULM 17, Coastal Carolina 4. Live from the John. Warhawks shooting 54% through the first 8+ minutes of this game, while Coastal Carolina shooting just 11% from the field. Warhawks have the ball as Jordan Harris brings it up. He'll get it to Travis Munnings. Now to Sam McDaniel. Back across to Harris. Harris moves it over to the left side, comes back to the right, will bounce it to Munnings. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He'll fire with a 15-footer, no good. And on the rebound, we got a foul, and they're going to say McDaniel went over the back. McDaniel picks up his first, and that is the third against the Warhawks. 10:59 remaining here in the first half. Warhawks lead by 13. Jalen Shaw brings it up floor. Shaw whips it over to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson drives into the paint. Floater, no good. McDaniel goes up for the rebound. Chanticleer scoreless over nearly 5 minutes. McDaniel, wide open three. Got it. Third three of the ball game. And that was a behind-the-back pass. A no-look pass there for the Warhawks. 20-4, ULM on top. 10:25 remaining here in the first half. Jalen Shaw in the front court. Harris defending. Crosses over to the right side, over to Cuthbertson. Pumps on a three. Now starts up his dribble with the left hand, moving to his left. Drives into the paint. Now kicks it out, and we got a foul call on the floor. And they call it on Jordan Harris. That'll be his first, team's fourth. Warhawks now 4 for 7 from three-point range. A.J. Sanders will check back in. Zach Cuthbertson will check out. Inbounds pass will go to Bamba up with the left hand. It's an air ball, rebounded by McDaniel. The drought continues for Coastal Carolina. They missed their last 6 from the field. Coach Richard calling out the set across the way. Marvin Jean-Pierre with the basketball to McDaniel. Catch and shoot. Rims out this time. Bamba skies for the board for the Chanticleers. Up floor, Shaw with it. Shaw into the corner. Labinowitz for three. He got it. That ends a 6+ minute scoring drought for Coastal Carolina. Cuts the Warhawk lead to 13. 20-7, 9:28 to play first half. Jordan Harris to Sam McDaniel. Back over to Harris. He'll look to drive baseline. Can't do anything with it. Back out to McDaniel. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to the left to Harris. Jordan starts up his dribble. Looks to drive. Down low to Dang. Reverse layup rejected. Coastal Carolina with it. Jalen Shaw brings it up floor to A.J. Sanders. Now over to Matt Lindsay. He'll look to drive baseline. Cut off by McDaniel. Bounces out. Stolen away by Jean Pierre. He'll look to push the tempo. Jean Pierre down low to Harris. Layup good with the right hand. Beautiful dime by Marvin Jean Pierre. Running the fast break. 22-7 Warhawks. 8:42 to play first half. Jordan Harris up to 7 points. Shaw looks to drive right side. Running one-hander. Rims out. Rebound volleyballed around and McDaniel skies for it. He'll clear it to Harris. Harris. One-handed pass to MJP. Over to Munnings for three. No good. Bamba skies for the board. Jalen Shaw brings it up for the Chanticleers. Whips it over to Labinowitz. Pumps on a three. Now pulls up from the left elbow. It's short. Might have been blocked. Rebound put back. No good by Sanders, but he is fouled. They're going to call the foul on Marvin Jean Pierre. That'll be his first. And the team's fifth. That's the only thing not going the Warhawks' way right now in the first half is the foul situation. 5 against the Warhawks, 1 against Coastal Carolina. Sanders, a 71% free throw shooter, goes to the line, and he misses his first. Brandon Newman will sub in for ULM. Demario Beck will check in for Coastal Carolina, and Tyrell Gums-Frater will sub in for Coastal. Sanders' second free throw, good. 22-8, Warhawks on top as we roll under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Brandon Newman, 6'4 junior from Hawthorne, California, getting in for the first time today. Kier Dang between the rings to Newman left side. He'll bounce it inside to Munnings. Back to the basket, spins. Back out to Newman. Wide open for three. Got it. 25-8. Warhawks add to their lead. 7:40 to play first half. Warhawks bench fired up across the way. Jalen Shaw moves over to the right side. Tries to dump it down low. Pass is tipped, and we got another foul call against the Warhawks. Coach Richard not happy with the call right there as we go to the media timeout. 7.5 to play in the first half. It's ULM 25, Coastal Carolina 8. Live from the Johnny's 2 of 14, 14.3%. And both those field goals have come from three-point range. They will inbound off of the media timeout. Jalen Shaw to trigger into Artur Labinowitz. Right back to Shaw. Warhawks come out in his own defense. Over to Gums-Frater. He'll fire up a three. No good. Newman will go in for the rebound for ULM. He'll slow it down as he brings it across the timeline. Newman over to Marvin Jean Pierre. Left side beyond the arc. As his pass tipped into the backcourt by Frater. It's a back up floor to Newman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Newman between the circles, moves over to the right, inside the arc, out to McDaniel. Sam Mack into the paint, and the floater rims out. Beck will get the board for Coastal. Up floor, Labinowitz pumps on a three. Starts up his dribble with the left hand to the top of the key to Beck. Back to the left side to Sanders. Sanders dribbling with the right hand, back to Labinowitz, moves over to the left. Inside the arc, Labinowitz spins, whips a pass over to Sanders for three, yes. All three of their field goals have come from three-point range, 25-11. Warhawks still lead by 14. 6:23 remaining first half. Dang between the rings. To the right side, McDaniel. Now whips a pass to Jean Pierre. Marvin cut off on the right baseline, brings it out beyond the arc. Now looks to drive once again, spins, shot up off the window, good. Marvin Jean Pierre with his first points of the game. Warhawks lead by 16, 27-11, 6 minutes to play first half. A.J. Sanders left side over to Beck. Beck with a three ball. It will be no good, and Munnings will get another rebound. Newman running the offense for the Warhawks to Dang. Now left wing to Jean-Pierre. Starts up a dribble with the right hand. Into the paint. Pulls up. Short. Might have been blocked. Rebounded McDaniel. Back up with the baseline. Good. Sam Mack, first Warhawk in double figures with 11 points. Warhawks lead by 18, 29-11. 5:22 to play, first half. Jalen Shaw on the front court. Shaw calling out the offensive set for the Chanticleers. Moves it over to the left. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now he loses it, regains. Crosses over to the right side. Got away with an extra step and a foul call. Coach Richard not happy once again with the call as Brandon Newman picks up the foul. His first, team seventh. Once again, that's the only thing not going the Warhawks' way. 7 fouls against the Warhawks, 1 against Coastal Carolina. Shaw, a 76% free throw shooter, goes to the line and misses his first. Michael Ertl and Roderick Taylor will check back in. Jean-Pierre and Dang will come out. Second attempt for Shaw. It's good. And now Travion Brown. He will come back in, and Jalen Shaw will have a seat. 29-12 Warhawks. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Newman brings it up with Brown all over him. Bounced it left side to McDaniel. Spins. Floater. No good. Frater will get the board for the Chanticleers. Brown moves it over to the left. Over to Frater. Frater drives inside. Spins. Now kicks it into the corner. Over to A.J. Sanders. He'll back it out beyond the arc. Now inside to Beck. He'll spin. Put up the floater. And he drains it. 15-point lead for the Warhawks, 29-14, 4:20 to play here in the first half. Newman dribbles and is fouled by Travion Brown. That'll be his first, and the team's second. Zach Cuthbertson will sub in for Coastal Carolina. Artur Labinowitz will come out of the game. McDaniel will inbound to Newman. Newman spins, moves over to the right, and tries to bounce it inside, but the basketball is kicked by Brown. And they'll set the shot clock to 20. 4:06 to play in the first half. Sam Mack to inbound to Newman, and he is fouled by Brown. That's 2 now on Brown, team's third. They had to put the shot clock back to 20 right there. Now back to play. Newman with it. Newman will get it to Munnings. Over to McDaniel. Sam Mack tries to bounce it inside to Ertl, and he is fouled. Now the foul's starting to even up a little bit. They're going to call that one on Tyrell Gums-Frater. Picks up his first. That's the 4th against Coastal Carolina. It'll take us to the media timeout. 3:56 to play in the first half. It's ULM 29, Coastal Carolina 14. Grill, 3610 Desert Street near ULM in Monroe. Warhawks will inbound the basketball. Jordan Harris back in along with Roderick Taylor, Michael Ertl, Travis Munnings, and Donovan Walker getting some conference action to not play in the first 2 matchups up in Arkansas. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ertl with it at the top. Over to Harris, left side. Now they'll bounce it inside to Munnings, and the pass is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Coastal Carolina. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Warhawks will have to hurry. It'll be Walker to inbound. The 6-foot junior from Silver Spring, Maryland. It's a tough angle from the corner over to Harris. Fadeaway 3. Did hit iron. No good. Rebounded by Demario Beck. He'll get it up to Travion Brown for the Chanticleers. Brown directing the offense. Will bounce it to A.J. Sanders. Sanders will dump it off to Cuthbertson. Now to Beck. Over the right side to Frater. 8 seconds on the shot clock. They'll bounce it into Sanders. Sanders, shot clock down to 3. Now inside to Beck. Reverse layup good with the shot clock expiring. 29-16 Warhawks. Under 3 minutes to play in the half. Warhawks scoreless over the last 2.5 minutes. Harris moves it over beyond the arc right side, and we have an offensive foul going the other way. Going to call that against Michael Ertl. That'll be his second, team's 8th. Coastal will bring it back up floor. Travion Brown in the front court. He'll bounce it. Ertl stole it away. Ertl on the break. Will drive to the bucket. Layup good with the left hand. 31-16 Warhawks. Big steal and a bucket from the freshman from Indy. Frater with it left wing. Moves over to the right. Munnings will switch defensively over to Brown. Back to Frater. Frater looks to drive. Walker defending. Now whips a pass across. Stolen away by Taylor. Nice job by Big Rod right there. Harris. Down low to Taylor. And he lays it in with the right hand. So Roderick Taylor coming up with a steal on the defensive end. And again, gets rewarded on the offensive end. Harris with the dime. 33-16 Warhawks. 1:55 to play first half. Travion Brown will bounce it to Zach Cuthbertson. He pumps, now looks to drive. Dumps it down low to Beck. He's stripped by Ertl. Into the hands of Harris. Warhawks lock it down defensively. Now Harris looks to drive baseline. Reverse layup. Good. 17-point lead for the Warhawks. 19-point lead. 35-16. That's their biggest lead of the game. Minute 25 remaining. Cuthbertson dumps it inside to Beck. Back to the basket. Spins to the bucket. Lays it in with the right hand and a late whistle and a foul. They're going to call that on Roderick Taylor. That'll be his second and the team's 9th. Minute 15 to play. 35-18 Warhawks. Sam McDaniel will check back in. Roderick Taylor will come out. DeMario Beck, a 68% free throw shooter, will shoot one high-arcing free throw, and he got it. 35-19, Warhawks on top. As we approach the 1-minute mark of the first half, Donovan Walker right side. They'll get it to Harris. Harris now inside to Jean Pierre, and he lays it in with the right hand. Warhawks having their way offensively. Coach Ellis across the way frustrated. 37-19 ULM. Under a minute to play in the half. Labinowitz. Cross left side is Shaw. Now down low, Cuthbertson will lay it in with the right hand. 37-21 ULM on top. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Harris brings it across the half-court stripe. Over to Munnings. Wide open for 3. No good off the back iron. Long rebound for Shaw. He'll push the tempo up floor to Cuthbertson, and then he carried it. Another carry and a timeout. Use it or lose it by Keith Richard. 27.1 seconds remain in the first half, so the Warhawks can play for the final shot up. Jean Pierre, Munnings, and McDaniel, the 5 on the floor. It'll be Harris to bring it up. Harris in the front court. Shaw meets him as he brings it across. Harris across the logo to the left. 10 seconds left in the half. Crosses over, looks to drive, now kicks out to Munnings for 3, and we got a foul before the 3. And it's going to be a block on the floor. 4.3 seconds remain. They call that on A.J. Sanders, his first, team's 5th. So 4.3 remaining in the half. Warhawks will inbound, try to get a shot off. Well, they had the set right there with Munnings wide open in the right corner. MJP to inbound over to Sam Mack. Sam Mack in the paint, puts up the floater, no good. And the first half has come to a close. But it has been an outstanding first half for the Warhawks, where they have done a tremendous job on the offensive end, shooting 52%, and they really locked down on the defensive end as well. Join yours truly, along with men's coach Keith Richard and women's coach Jeff Dow, as we recap the week and look forward to the next week in Warhawk basketball. You can also hear the show on Sports Talk 97.7. Warhawks have the basketball, and they turn it over immediately to Jalen Shaw, and he turns it over and puts a shot up, misses, and a putback is also missed. And the Warhawks come back with it. So 20 seconds in, just really bad basketball by both teams. So nothing happening for either one of them. Now Michael Ertl pulls up from 15 and buries it. And the Warhawks push the lead up to 18, 39-21. 19:25 to play. Jalen Shaw in the front court for Coastal. They move to my left, into the corner to Artur Labinowitz. Now to Zach Cuthbertson. Back over to Shaw for three. It's short. Rebound tipped back out to Shaw. Shaw will fire up another three, and he buries it. He was held without a field goal in the first half, and Keith Richard takes a timeout just 55 seconds in, or will extend to immediate timeout. 19:05 to play. It's ULM 39, Coastal Carolina 20. Although the name has changed, the great telecommunications service has not. Unity Fiber, located at 363 Venable Lane in Monroe. It's Michael Ertl, Jordan Harris, Travis Munnings, Roderick Taylor, and Sam McDaniel, the five on the floor for ULM. Warhawks going to the basket to my right. Travis Munnings at the top to the right wing to Harris. Now across to Ertl. Ertl over to McDaniel. On the baseline, pulls up. It's short. Rebounded by Labinowitz. They'll get it to Jalen Shaw. Had a quiet first half. Over to left side to Sanders. Sanders pulls up for a long two. It's missed. On the rebound, though, Labinowitz. And a second chance over to Shaw for three, and he drains it. Second three of the second half for Jalen Shaw. You don't want to get that young man cranked up. Warhawks lead by 12, 39-27. 18:21 remaining. Ertl on the left wing. Into the corner to Harris. We'll bounce it inside to Taylor. Back out to Harris for three. No good. And the rebound by Sanders. Jalen Shaw will bring it up. Shaw looks to drive now. Up with the left hand. It's an air ball. Rebounded. Back up. Blocked by Taylor. Out of bounds. Let's say last touch, though, by Coastal. Went off of the hands of Beck. Jordan Harris brings it up floor. Warhawks lead 39-27. Harris will bounce it inside to Munnings. Spins. Goes to the rack with the left hand. Lays it in. 6 points now for Munnings. 41-27. Warhawks on top. 17:35 left to play. Jalen Shaw in the front court. He'll get it to A.J. Sanders. Now to Zach Cuthbertson. Cross to Beck. Now to Labinowitz. Inside to Cuthbertson. Backing his way in on Munnings. Kicks out to the top. And now we got a traveling violation. Another turnover by the Chanticleers. Warhawks back with it. Leading by 14. Harris brings it up to Ertl. Defended by Labinowitz. One-handed pass to Taylor. Hands it off to Harris. Inside to Munnings. Backing his way into the paint. To the bucket. No good, but he is fouled. Warhawks trying to work the offense through Travis Munnings down low. That foul was on Zach Cuthbertson. That'll be his first and the team's first. Travis Munnings to the line to shoot two. First one's good. 42-27 Warhawks. Josh Coleman, 6'9 junior from Alpharetta, Georgia, will sub in. his first action tonight. Munnings, second free throw. Good. 8 points now for Travis. Warhawks lead by 16. 43-27 as we roll under 17 minutes to go. Artur Labinowitz on the right wing. Moves it over to the left. Now inside, stolen away by Munnings. Munnings will push it to McDaniel for three. Got it! Fourth three of the ball game for Sam McDaniel. Warhawks lead by 19, matching their biggest lead of the game, 46-27. 16:33 remaining. A.J. Sanders with it. He'll bounce it out to Shaw. Shaw moves it over to the right, back to the left now. Labinowitz will fire up the three. It won't go. Rebound tipped out all the way to Shaw. Another offensive rebound for the Chanticleers. Now stolen away by Harris, and then Shaw will foul, and they're going to say it was an intentional foul on a clear path. And so Harris will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, and the Warhawks will have the ball. They'll call Jalen Shaw on the hold, intentional foul on what would have been a clear path. Fairly new rule in college basketball. A couple of years ago they implemented this. So Jordan Harris will go to the line to shoot 2. Nobody will be on the block. He'll be all by himself, kind of like a technical free throw. And the Warhawks will get possession. First free throw is rattled home, and the Warhawks have their biggest lead of the game at 20. 47-27. Harris ready for his second attempt. It's good. 21-point lead now for ULM and possession. Tyrell Gums-Frater will check in. Artur Labinowitz will come out. Harris now in double figures with 11. 9-0 run for the Warhawks over the last 90 seconds. Ertl now with it on the left wing. We'll get it into Munnings. Munnings backing his way in. In the paint. Hook shot with the right hand won't go down. And the rebound won by Frater. Frater with it on the right side. Moves it over to the left. To Shaw, holding the ball up high. They'll get it inside to Beck. Defended by Munnings. Backing his way in. Spin. Shot up. Good. And he is fouled. And they will call that foul on Munnings. He'll pick up his first. That's the team's first. We'll go to the media timeout. 15:37 to play. ULM leading 40. Go online at ulmwarhawks.com for your tickets or call 342-HAWK. Demario Beck to the free throw line to shoot 1, and he completes the three-point play for Coastal. Warhawk lead cut down to 18, 48-30. 15:32 to play. Jordan Harris brings it up for the Warhawks. He'll feed Ertl on the right wing. Now to the top to Taylor, back to Harris, now to Munnings. Right back to Harris. Harris will back it up. Shaw all over him, moves it over to the left. Steps back, fires up a three, way off. And Beck will come up with a rebound. He'll clear it to Shaw. Shaw now feed Beck for 3. That one's way offline. Rebounded by Frater. Now out to Shaw at the top for 3. Won't go. He hit the deck. No foul call. And the ball loose and tracked down by Munnings. He'll get it up to McDaniel. And Sam Mack will just kick the ball out of bounds and turn it right back over. .45 to play. Warhawks lead 48-30. Shaw, right wing to Frater. Frater moves it over to the left, gets it to Shaw. As he gets a screen from Coleman, over to Frater for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Coleman. And I believe Coleman's going to get a warning from one of the officials as well. He disagreed with the call. Warhawks have the ball. Harris in the front court, left side. Looking to go down low, get it to McDaniel, and we got a foul. It's going to be on Sanders. A.J. Sanders will pick up his second, team's third. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Sam Mack will inbound. Roderick Taylor now with it at the top. Left wing to McDaniel, inside to Munnings, to a kick out to Ertl. Ertl will drive from 15, no good. And on the rebound, there's a foul. It's going to go against Roderick Taylor. And he'll pick up his third foul. He'll come out of the ball game. Kier Dang will sub in. Marvin Jean-Pierre will also come in. Michael Ertl will come out. And in for the Chanticleers, Christian Adams. Warhawks going 2+ minutes without a bucket. They still lead by 18. Adams moves it over to the left. We'll hand it off to Sanders. Sanders crosses over to the left, dumps it down low to Coleman, who will kick over to Adams for three, way off. Rebounded by Harris, up to MJP. MJP doesn't have the numbers, dumps it off to Dang, and he'll lay it in with the right hand. Nice job by Marvin Jean-Pierre, just waiting for the trailer. Kier Dang handed it to him, and he laid it in. Nice dime for MJP, and Dang with the bucket. 20-point lead for the Warhawks, 50-30. 13-18 remaining. Adams has the ball poked away. Munnings comes up with it, up to Harris, and Harris will lay it in with the right hand. Biggest lead of the game now for ULM at 22. 52-30 as we hit 13 minutes to play. Adams, he's cut off, needs to get rid of the ball, has to hurry, finally does. And now Sanders loses it out of bounds. Coastal Carolina out of sync as they turn it over for the 19th time tonight. Zach Cuthbertson will check back in for the Chanticleers, as will Travion Brown. 12:45 left to play. Warhawks lead 52-30. Jordan Harris with it, and we got an offensive foul away from the ball against Travis Munnings. He'll pick up his second, team's third. So it goes right back to Coastal. Frater with it. He'll get it to Sanders. Sanders tries to bounce it inside, and Cuthbertson couldn't handle the pass. Turnover number 20 for Coastal Carolina. Warhawks get it back, approaching the 12-minute mark, leading by 22. Sam McDaniel beyond the arc to Dang, right back to McDaniel, crosses over to the left, dumps it off to Dang, back to McDaniel, moving over to the left, we'll get it to Harris. Harris will back it up with 8 on the shot clock. Now moving forward, Harris over to the right, drives, dumps it inside to Dang. Dang has a shot rejected, back up with it, and missed it. Rebounded by Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson will bring it up. He'll get it to Brown, right back to Cuthbertson. Drives, kicks out to Frater, pumps on a three. Now spins, fade away, air ball. Rebounded by Munnings. Under 12 to play. Harris pushes the tempo, has it poked away. Into the hands of Sanders. Up to Frater. He'll fire up the left-handed three. It rims out, rebound put back good by Coleman. 20-point lead for the Warhawks, 52-32. 11:20 left to play. Harris directing the offense to Dang. Now near side to Jean-Pierre. Back to Harris. Now inside to Munnings. And Munnings spins and is fouled. Foul will go on Zach Cuthbertson for Coastal Carolina, his second, team's fourth. We'll go to the media timeout. 11:05 to play. ULM on top, 52-32 over the Warhawks, just a hair under 48%. It is ULM basketball. Off of the media timeout. Inbounds pass will go to Travis Munnings. He'll pull up from 17. Back iron, no good. Artur Lebenowitz skies for the rebound for the Chanticleers. He'll get it up to Tyrell Gums-Frater. Frater across the logo to the left. We'll hand it off to Jalen Shaw. Shaw one-handed pass back to Lebenowitz. Back to Shaw. Shaw crosses over to the right. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He'll drive to the bucket, off the window. Good. And he is fouled. And see who they call that one on. They're going to call it on Travis Munnings. He picks up his third. Travis went through the first half without picking up a foul. He's got 3 here in the second half. That's the team's 4th. Free throw attempt for Shaw. Good. Warhawk lead cut down to 17. 52-35. 10:33 remaining. McDaniel to Munnings at the top, to the right wing to Brandon Newman. Newman over to Jean Pierre. Jean Pierre drives, rims out. Rebounded by Coastal. Jalen Shaw will bring it up. He's up to 10 points in the ball game. Now to the left to Frater. Over to Beck for 3. No good. And rebound. On the rebound, there's a foul. And they're going to call it on Zach Cuthbertson for Coastal Carolina. That'll be his 3rd, team's 5th. Under 10 minutes to go. Jean Pierre with it. He looks to drive to the bucket. Shot up, and we got a block and a foul. Artur Lebenowitz will be charged with his first foul. It'll be the team's 6th. Marvin Jean Pierre, 74% free throw shooter, will go to the line to shoot 2. First one's good. 53-35, Warhawks. Second attempt for Jean Pierre, no good. Rebound tipped out to Lebenowitz. He'll bring it all the way up, and we'll get it to Shaw on the left. Now inside to Cuthbertson in the paint. Wild shot, banked it in. 53-37, Warhawks have their lead cut down to 16. Newman in the front court. One-handed pass to McDaniel. McDaniel now to Jean Pierre. Back to McDaniel, pumps on a 3. 10 seconds to shoot, drives inside, out to Munnings for 3. Won't go. Rebound Jean Pierre, but he pushed off to get it.
Foul number 5 for the Warhawks, Marvin Jean Pierre.
Marvin Jean Pierre picks up his 2nd foul. That's the team's 5th. And so Coastal Carolina will get it back with 9:04 to play. Jalen Shaw brings it up in the front court, moves it over to the right side. MJP picking it up defensively. Will bounce it between the rings. Lebenowitz will fire for 3. He knocked it down. He was looking for a 4-point play, and the Chanticleers cut it to 13. 53-40. Warhawks going scoreless for nearly 5 minutes. Inside McDaniel. He has a shot blocked from behind. DeMario Beck comes up with it down low. Cuthbertson, his shot blocked, but they call a foul on the other end. And so Coastal will shoot free throws with 8:25 to play. Warhawks have missed their last 6 shots from the field. And Zach Cuthbertson will go to the charity stripe. First free throw for Cuthbertson is rattled home. 53-41 Warhawks. A.J. Sanders will check back in for Coastal. Tyrell Gums-Frater will check out. Cuthbertson will attempt his second free throw, and it's good. Jordan Harris will come back in. Kier Dang will sub out. Coastal Carolina, as close as they've been since really in the early minutes of this ball game, really since the second media timeout. Brandon Newman will bring it up floor. Warhawks lead by 11. Sam Mack, left wing. Warhawks need a bucket. Harris to MJP. He'll look to drive inside. He brings it back out. Now drives inside again. Spin. Shot up. No good. Gets his rebound. Back up. And good. Soft touch off the front of the iron. And it went home. 55-42. Under 8 to play. Cuthbertson with it on the left baseline. Backs his way in out to Sanders. 4-3. Got it. And the Chanticleers cut it to 10. 55-45. 7:45 remaining. Newman moves it over to the left. He'll get it to Munnings. Munnings yet to start his dribble. Now back to Harris. Harris crosses over to the left. Looks to go inside. And we got a foul fighting for position down low. And it's going to be on Coastal. They're going to get Jalen Shaw on the foul. Nope, they're going to get Zach Cuthbertson, his fourth, team seventh. It'll be a 1-and-1 upcoming for the Warhawks when we come back. 7:31 to play.
Fieldhouse, Highway 165 near ULM in Monroe.
Live from the Johnny's Pizza House courtside broadcast, here's Nick White.
Warhawks have seen their 22-point second-half lead cut down to 10 now with 7:31 to play. 55-45 over Coastal Carolina. Sam McDaniel to the free throw line for a 1-and-1, and he makes the front end. He rattled it home. Warhawks now up by 11, 56-45. Sam Mack up to 15 points. Second attempt for McDaniel, good. 57-45, ULM leads. Jalen Shaw brings it up for the Chanticleers. Christian Adams subbed in at the last media timeout. He'll bounce it to Artur Labinowitz. Labinowitz drives, has it stolen away by Newman. Newman will push the tempo up floor, now gets it to Sam Mack for 3. Yes! Fifth 3 of the ball game for Sam McDaniel. He's up to 19 points and pushes the Warhawk lead up to 15, 60-45. 6:55 remaining. Jalen Shaw drives right side to the bucket. Floater is good. Jalen Shaw starting to heat up. He was struggling in the first half. He's up to 12 points on 4 of 9 shooting. 60-47 ULM. Newman on the right wing. To the top to Harris. Pumps on a 3. Gets it back to Newman. Now inside to McDaniel. McDaniel pumps. Trying to back his way in. Has the ball poked away by Shaw. He'll push the tempo to Beck. And now Beck has it stripped. It'll go out of bounds but off his knee. And so it'll go back to ULM. Tyrell Gums-Frater will sub in for the Chanticleers. Newman will bring it up for the Warhawks. He'll get it to Jean Pierre. And we got a foul going against Coastal Carolina. It'll send Sam McDaniel back to the line for a 1-and-1. Christian Adams charged with his first, and that's the team's 8th. Sam McDaniel, senior out of Adelaide, Australia. Front end of the 1-and-1, good. 20 points now for Sam Mack. 61-47, Warhawks. Second free throw. Good. And that matches a career high for Sam McDaniel. 21 points on the night. Warhawks lead by 15, 62-47, as we hit the 6-minute mark of this game. Jalen Shaw whips it into the left corner to Frater for 3. It's way too strong, but the rebound will go off of the knee of Brandon Newman out of bounds. Shot clock does not reset. 15 seconds on the shot clock, and Cliff Ellis will take a timeout for Coastal Carolina. Warhawk fans, don't forget them on top by 15, 62-47 over Coastal Carolina. 5:54 remaining. Inbounds pass will go to Zach Cuthbertson back in the ball game. He'll hand it off to Jalen Shaw. He'll cross over to the left with the pass over to Frater, right back to Shaw. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Shaw looks to drive. Jump stop. Floater with the right hand. Got it. 62-49. Warhawks on top. Now they'll turn up some pressure. Harris in the backcourt will get it up to Jean-Pierre. Now they'll slow it down and get it to Newman. Over to Harris on the left. Now to the top to MJP. He looks to drive. Has it stolen away by Shaw. Shaw on the break. To the bucket. He'll lay it in with a finger roll. 62-51 Warhawks. Harris up to Jean-Pierre. Almost stolen away again. Marvin able to regain it and get it back to Newman. Now Harris with it beyond the arc, inside to McDaniel. Off the window, good. A new career high for Sam McDaniel, 23 points on the night. And it pushes the Warhawk lead back up to 13, 64-51. 4:45 remaining. Jalen Shaw looks to go to work. Dumps it inside, pass deflected. Cuthbertson tracks it down, off the window, good. 64-53. Marvin gets into the front court, passes deflected and stolen away once again by the Chanticleers. Shaw back in the front court. Left side, Cuthbertson pumps on a three, now drives to the bucket, no good, but he is fouled. 4:15 left to play. This game far from over. As Coastal Carolina able to get some steals and get some buckets and stay in this thing. And now Cuthbertson to the free throw line, rattles that one home. 64-54. Travion Brown will sub in for Coastal Carolina. And Michael Ertl will sub in for Marvin Jean-Pierre for the Warhawks. Cuthbertson ready for his second free throw, and it's good. And the Chanticleers have cut it to single digits. 64-55. Newman in the backcourt facing the pressure. Almost stolen away as he gets it across the stripe. He'll get it to Ertl. Inside to Munnings. Under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. To Harris, cutting to the bucket, and he'll lay it in with the right hand. 66-55. 3:50 remaining. Brown across the logo to the left to Cuthbertson. He'll pump on a three, now drives, kicks it to Lobinowitz. Right corner three, got it. Coastal cuts it down to 8. Ertl in the backcourt. He'll bounce it to Newman. All the way up to Munnings. Now to McDaniel. 4-3. Got it! Another one. Sam McDaniel with a career night. Up to 26 points. 6 for 6 from three-point range. Warhawks lead 69-58. Pass inside and a lay-in good by Demario Beck for Coastal Carolina. 69-60. Warhawks lead. 3:06 left to play. Newman in the backcourt. He'll get it to Harris. Back to Newman. Newman will drive to the bucket. Good! And one. Nice job breaking the pressure by the junior college transfer, Brandon Newman. We'll go to the media timeout. Newman will try to complete the three-point play when we come back. 2:54 left to play. It's ULM 70 Woods. Brandon Newman will go to the free throw line to try to complete a three-point play. Both teams in a bit of a hot shooting streak right now. The Warhawks have made their last 6 shots from the field. The Chanticleers have made their last 5 shots from the field. Brandon Newman will step to the charity stripe. to shoot one. And it's good. 72-60, Warhawks on top. 2:54 left to play. Jalen Shaw back in the ball game, brings it up. Shaw crosses over to the right side. We'll get it to Artur Labinowitz. Labinowitz moves it over to the left, comes back to the right to Shaw. Shaw looks to drive, jump stop, has the ball poked away. Harris poked it away into the hands of McDaniel. Nice defense by the senior from San Antonio. 2:25 to play. Warhawks lead by 12. Michael Ertl now with it. Ertl will look to drive to the bucket to lay it in with the right hand. Warhawks have made 7 straight now from the field. 74-60. 2:12 remaining. Shaw to Cuthbertson. He'll pump on a 3 and now looks to drive, and he is fouled on the floor. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Zach Cuthbertson, as they call Jordan Harris on the foul, his second. That'll be the team's 8th. Zach Cuthbertson to the free throw line. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up, and it's good. Josh Coleman will check in for the Chanticleers. Demario Beck will come out. Cuthbertson ready for his second free throw. It's good. 74-62. Warhawks on top by 12, 2:07 remaining. In the backcourt, Harris will bounce it to Newman. Takes one dribble, gets it back to Harris. Harris long pass up to Munnings. Munnings will just hold it. Wait for his teammates to join him in the front court. Now Newman with it. And Newman is fouled by A.J. Sanders with $1:51 to play. That is now 10 team fouls against Coastal Carolina. It looks like the Chanticleers might start fouling and see if they can extend this thing out.
Foul number 1 for the Chanticleers, A.J. Sanders.
Newman to the stripe. First free throw is good. 75-62. Back in. Coleman will have a seat. Marvin Jean-Pierre back in as well. Second free throw for Newman. Good. Lead back to 14. Minute 51 remaining. Shaw brings it up for Coastal. Into the corner. Labinowitz for 3. Got it. Labinowitz up to 12 points. And now inbounds pass knocked out of bounds by Sanders. Jordan Harris will check back in. And Marvin Jean-Pierre will come back out. Josh Coleman will hurry back in for Coastal. Beck will sub out. Now the officials are going to huddle together, have a conversation. Let's make sure substitutions are in right, or maybe just see who the possession is right here. That might be what this is all about. 76-65. Warhawks on top. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 1:40 left on the game clock. So the Warhawks will have just 8 seconds to get it across, though. So they got to be aware of that. As Ertl will inbound, and he can't run the baseline as well. Newman now in the backcourt to Ertl. Warhawks have to hurry. They'll get it just across. Newman with it, and now he is fouled with 1:31. So Brandon Newman to the free throw line to shoot 2. Jalen Shaw called for his second foul. Newman to the charity stripe. First free throw, good. Able to rattle that one home. Warhawks back up by 12, 77-65. Second attempt for Newman. It's good. Brandon matches a career high with 10 points. Warhawks lead by 13. 90 seconds to play. Shaw brings it up to Cuthbertson, now to Lubinowitz for three. It's an air ball. Rebounded, though, by Beck. Now out to Shaw at the top. Pumps on a three. Into the corner for Sanders, and he buries it. And a timeout taken by Cliff Ellis. Warhawks had their lead cut down to 10. A minute 13 remaining. They now have one timeout. Jordan Harris will inbound, and he can run the baseline, but he'll have the 6'7" Zach Cuthbertson on him. Inbounds pass will go to McDaniel. Back to Harris in the backcourt. Harris will bounce it up to Newman. And now Newman is fouled with 1:05 to play. And he'll head back to the stripe. Artur Lubinowitz charged with his second foul. Brandon Newman to the stripe. First free throw is good. A new career high for Newman with 11 points. Demario Beck will check back in for Coastal Carolina. MJP will come back in for the Warhawks. Second attempt for Newman. Good. 80-68. ULM on top. 65 seconds remaining. Jalen Shaw brings it up.
1 minute remaining.
Shaw will get it to Cuthbertson. He pumps on a three. Now looks to drive. Dumps it down low. And the layup is good with the right hand. And Cliff Ellis will burn his final timeout with 54.4 seconds left to play.
Timeout,
54.4 seconds left. ULM in Coliseum. 54.4 seconds remain. Warhawks lead 80-70 over Coastal Carolina. Jordan Harris will inbound. And he'll get it into McDaniel in the backcourt. Bounces it back to Harris. Now Harris gets it across the stripe over to Ertl. Ertl gets it to Newman. Now to McDaniel. Back to Newman. Now back to McDaniel. And now he is fouled with 37.5 seconds to play. So Sam McDaniel will go to the free throw line. A.J. Sanders charged with his fourth foul. First free throw is good. McDaniel up to 27 points. Mario Beck back in. Christian Adams will sub out. 81-70. Warhawks on top. Second free throw for McDaniel. Good. He adds to his career high, now up to 28 points. 12-point lead for ULM. Shaw brings it up. Cross to the left, Lubinowitz, another three. This one barely hits iron, and the rebound will go off of Sanders out of bounds. And we'll see how Coach Ellis plays it now. 26.7 seconds, and the Chanticleers down by 12. McDaniel double-teamed. He'll get it to Harris. In the backcourt, he'll bounce it to Newman, and now it's stolen away. Shaw with it. Over to Sanders for three. No good. Lubinowitz with the rebound. Reverse layup. No good. Gets the rebound. Back up and in. 8.6 seconds to play. Warhawks had their lead cut to 10. Inbounds pass is knocked out of bounds by Lubinowitz. 7.1 seconds remain. Warhawks lead 82-72. Harris will get it near half court to Munnings. And he will dribble out. The Warhawks get their first Sun Belt Conference victory of the season as they have led from the jump. And they get a double-digit victory over Coastal Carolina tonight, 82-72. Come back for the Bancorp South postgame show live from the Johnny's Pizza House courtside broadcast. You're listening to the Warhawk Radio Network from Learfield.
105, your music.